Yep, you guessed it. The Bears have done it. They've signed another undrafted free agent. This one was signed originally by the Seattle Seahawks. Ro Torrence, cornerback out of Arizona State, started his collegiate career at Auburn, then transferred to Arizona State the last 2 years. Decent stats at Arizona State's. Big bodied, 6'3", 210-pound cornerback. And we know that Poles and Flus like their defensive backs. And in a room that seems to be crowded with how they played in the first preseason game, I have to assume this is a camp body, another body to just try out. But 6'3", that size is nice, but there are some limitations. You look at his RAS score, and it's not the best. Now, I did watch tape on him tonight. This signing happened a couple hours ago, actually half a day ago from when I'm making this. So earlier on in the day, about a day ago from when you guys will be seeing this. So happened yesterday. Not a lot of news on it, but it is a significant signing because we do like our cornerback. 6'3", 6'2.7", 208 pounds. You can see his athleticism is limiting, and you'll see some of that in the headlines. That's kind of assumed why he was cut from Seattle. One of the things I did like when I was watching on tape, though, is when he comes off the edge and when he blitzes, he did have a couple sacks in college. 2 of them, to be exact. And they're both in the same game. When they blitz him off the edge, he actually looked pretty dominant. So that makes me believe he could also be a special teams guy. I don't know if I have enough faith or confidence that he would make the roster at this point. Not really what I'm seeing. Did have a couple of interceptions, 7 pass breakups, but you can see that's last year, 2023, if you look all the way across to the right. NFL pass rating against 102.6. That athleticism seems to be limiting just a little bit. The year before was a lot better, 66.7. You can see those last 2 years, both at Arizona State. He played decently well, 73 defensive grade, his tackling grade, and his run defense, and his pressure grade. All good. Coverage grade, good. Everything good this last year. The year before, he was improving. So, I mean, you're signing these guys for potential and to bring them in for camp for the 90-day or for the 90-man roster and to bring them in for preseason games. I do assume he'll get some significant time in some of these games, especially third and fourth quarters, to see what that 6'3" size can do. But here's the headlines on him. You see at the top left there. This is yesterday, probably around 3 or 4 in the afternoon is when these were originally announced. Lester A. Wiltfong. The Bears have signed undrafted free agent rookie corner Ro Torrence and waived long snapper Cameron Lyons. So there's the correlating move. We don't need the extra long snapper at this point. So we're running into the season with Patrick Scales, which is totally normal. Torrence was initially signed by Seattle after playing at Arizona State and then waived him in June. You can see at the bottom. So the bottom right there, so right in the center, Seattle Seahawks 90-man roundup. This is in May. Ro Torrence, sleeper to watch in the cornerback competition. Then in June, the far left, former Besserman Auburn cornerback released by Seahawks in June 25th. In the top left or top right, he will share a number with Ian Wheeler for the time being. 1 on offense, 1 on defense, and Torrence will be number 33. This is how it looks now in the secondary, and I have updated it to a what if. I took Amen Ogbongbemiga out. He had such a bad games, and Carl Jones played so well, and he's able to come up at defensive end as well. 230 pounds, a smaller defensive end, but he played well. He had a ton of tackles in the game, so I brought him up. Not the main headline here. We're talking about Ro Torrence, but I also brought Tarvarius Moore with how he played up, and I put Quindale Johnson down. You can interchange that with Elijah Hicks. Again, not the headline here. Same with Leon Jones. I brought him up, and I brought down Jalen Jones. But at the bottom there, bottom right, you see corner Ro Torrence at the bottom of the depth chart now. So there's Ro Torrence on this roster, on this 91-man roster as it stands right now with the exemption for Torrey Taylor. But as we know, cut downs will be happening in 24 days now. So 22 days and right after the final preseason game. So they'll be happening. We'll see what this means, what the impact is. Do I think this is a something to really get super excited about? Is this a game changer? No, he was cut in June, and clearly he wasn't picked up for a month and a half for a reason. Maybe he didn't like the fits, but either way, people weren't scrambling. We did send a little bit of money his way. I think $10,000 as a signing bonus. Didn't kill us, but bring him into camp, and I like it. I like competition. Iron sharpens iron. We'll see what his big body can do. If nothing else, it'll give Colin Johnson a bigger defender to be able to go up against him at that 6'6" frame. Everything's about Colin Johnson and Brett Rippon right now. Brett Rippon. So, with that, that is the big news this morning. Hope you guys are having a great weekend and a great day. We'll have more coming to you. Bears are 1-0. We can say that right now. Claws up, bear down, and dabears.